Yo, peace, guy. Out here burning the gong. I wanted to, Namaste, peace, God, 13 love, you know what I'm saying? Ashe, all that good stuff, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to talk about the good, KaBa77AH, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all can see the swirls in there. Crazy swirls, like a galaxy. See them swirls? See, those are little portals opening. See that? If you do meditation, you see those type of things in light. And you can see the crystal right here, the dream catcher, whatever, and it's, you know what I'm saying, it's dealing with that stuff right there. You know what I'm saying? And weed ain't that bad like these niggas talk about. Look, you dealing with the ether. You dealing with the fire. You know what I'm saying? When we burning the tip of it. We burning fire. We inhaling fire. The trees, being connected with the trees. You know what I'm saying? You sharing. You know what I'm saying? I have this clip I gotta look up. It talks about you know what I'm saying, that the so-called, these bitch niggas, you know what I'm talking about, the so-called wanna be elite, you know what I'm saying? Let me turn this shit off real quick. You know what I'm saying? Now, that the so-called elite, that they didn't like weed because weed made people get together and think and read books. They didn't like that. They didn't like that it united the people. If you look at how people are nowadays, everybody's like dolo type shit. You know what I'm saying? Most people do their own thing or whatever. And there's no enjoyment on nothing like that. No sociability like that. It's more on some like drinking and doing all this type of stuff. Ain't nobody talking about drinking. Drinking is a poison. That's gonna destroy your pineal gland. I don't give a shit what anybody think. That shit gonna eat you up, nigga. That's gonna eat a lot of shit of you. Cocaine, heroin, all these pills, you know what I'm saying? All that shit, you know what I'm saying? But now, herbs, trees, cigarettes kill you. Like, cigarettes got a whole bunch of poison. They got these drugs out here called some shit that shit that made that nigga eat people's faces, man. They got that what's it called, bath salts, and then that other shit, that green, that fake weed. It's just showing you they're trying to take it to that approach, of course. But you see, the thing is with trees, a lot of the chemicals that so-called people say they put on it, well, really, like, the trees is a natural thing. Whether they even growing it within the dirt or whatever, it's still like within indoor house or whatever. It's still like trees. You know what I'm saying? You're invoking energy towards it, and depending on who you are, how you approach it, you know what I'm saying, it will have you, you know what I'm saying, it will uplift you, it will really get you high, or it'll do what these people say scientifically, statistically speaking, that they be talking about, oh, it's just a fronting high, it gets you high real quick and then it brings you back down. Nah, that's not true. My high carries on the whole day, alright? You know what I'm saying? I don't have to be burning 24/7, you know what I'm saying, the whole time. It doesn't work like that. It's a meditation process, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be able to do anything if all I was doing was burning trees, you know what I'm saying? And that right there is on somebody's approach of the way they are already, you know what I'm saying? If somebody's already lazy and a couch potato, then guess what? You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to exceed, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to exceed no more. Like, you're gonna be what you are, even more so. So if you're a lazy person, you burn trees, I gotta agree with this. If you're a lazy person and you burn trees, guess what? Chances are you're gonna be more lazier. You know what I'm saying? But now if you're an active person, like, you get on it, you burn trees is just gonna activate you even more so. It's gonna just pump you up, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? first of all, I want to say another thing too. You know, statistically speaking, they say a lot of things about weed, that weed pops your brain cells and all this bullshit. Well, what are your brain cells used for? That's another thing. You know, how do you reproduce brain cells? You gotta ask yourself, how do I reproduce brain cells? See, I've done all these studies before I was younger. That's why I don't feel like I need to, you know what I'm saying? Like, why should somebody be trying to explain some shit that's like common sense? You know what I'm saying? You have these people who you know, be talking all this shit about trees, how it makes you lose your memory, short-term memory, long-term memory, this and that, bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's all bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because most of these people that do the statistics on are people who are not healthy, people who are lazy, people who are in that category that they want to refrain trees does to you. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Like, throughout history, everybody done burn trees and all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? We have America, for instance, United States, you know what I'm saying? And these niggas done grown, you know, before these settlers came over here, Indians done had all this shit full of trees, my nigga, full of trees, you know what I'm saying? This is how they lived, man. And then the settlers came along and they're like, wow, we could profit off of this. They started burning it and shit like this. These are swine niggas who, you gotta remember, they brought over here the liquor, the wine, the rum, and that's what messed a lot of these niggas up. That's what made niggas get all twisted and shit like that. So once the minute that they got introduced to the trees, what they did, they took that shit, and this country was built off of trees. All your presidents, from your four founding presidents, whatever, they were burning trees. They were burning trees all day, every day, man. You know what I'm saying? And these are some dirty ass niggas. These are some swine ass niggas. These are some no hygiene having ass niggas, man. We're talking about some niggas that didn't even take proper showers and nothing like that. Even taking a shit, they ain't know how to take a shit correctly. These are niggas who ain't even know how to eat. These are niggas that we talking about that, you know what I'm saying, that straight up have wooden teeth. What kind of shit is that, man? You got all these crystals, you got all these diamonds and shit like that. You got all this gold, but you can't think about putting that shit into your mouth. You decided to put wood in your teeth. How logic is that? How smart is that to put wood in your mouth? How more rotten can your mouth get with wooden teeth? That's insane. All right. And then we got, you know what I'm saying, for the trees, all right, it opens up portals. So we know if you're a wicked person living a wicked life, guess what? That shit will haunt the shit out of you. You know what I'm saying? That shit will haunt your life. You know what I'm saying? People who burn trees. I know people who can't smoke weed. I know people who when they burn trees, they see blood as water. They see water and they see blood. They see crazy shit like they on acid or some shit. And you wonder what, you wonder like, yo, how is this possible that niggas is living like this off of trees? I know heroin addicts that be saying, man, I don't mess with that weed shit. That shit is crazy. That shit has you thinking. They don't like thinking. People who do heroin, people who do cocaine, people who drink, they don't like thinking. Think about it. When you drinking, you like to get loose and let loose and be chilling and da-da-da-da. Why? Because you forget about that you have even a body. You forget that you even here. That you just wilding out. It's like cocaine. Cocaine numbs you up, man. It just has you like, you know what I'm saying, just numbed up. You know what I'm saying? Like has you just trying to be grounded, but you know what I'm saying, like too grounded, you know what I'm saying? And then you got heroin just numbs you out, blum, knock you out. So these are all things that make you not want to even be thinking like that, you know what I'm saying? And then you got like trees, right? Trees will alert you. Most people that don't burn trees don't woke themselves up from there, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to go from trees to cocaine and all this other bullshit. You go from trees, you see, and go, you could probably do all those little things like ayahuasca, shrooms, but that's something you do more ritualistically. Like, that's something that you do probably once every 5-7 months type shit, or one time. You know what I'm saying? I've never personally done it, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to do it, but not like anytime soon like that. Like, my shit is, when I do rituals, my nigga. I go hard and hard, you know? And I got a revelation telling me about you know what I'm saying, about weed, essential oils, and crystals, to mix them up together, and that shit will blow you up. Plus the monatomic gold, all this other stuff, you know what I'm saying, holistically approach meditation and all that. So it builds you up. Now, check this out. With the trees, they say trees make you think that you're doing something that you're really not. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger and I first started burning trees, I was freestyling a lot. You know what I'm saying? I always freestyle, stay freestyling. And then, you know, I was freestyling while I was burning, and niggas used to be like, yo, that shit is so hot, da, 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 da. And I'm used to be like, and it's so easy, because you got a concept. When you first start burning trees, you break into the Matrix. When I first started burning trees, without knowing so much about the Matrix at that time, I never even seen the movie Matrix. I just seen previews of that shit. I already knew I was in the Matrix. As soon as I got high and I hit that shit, I was already high. But that's just a booster. It's a booster. And I could feel all the frequencies, all the energies. And I'm telling the niggas around me that you know how there's people that you know saying, like, you burn with, that already are used to it, so you burn with them so they can, like, get you in tune with it. And these niggas were, you know what I'm saying, they had energy, but they didn't have that. They were kind of like those type of shit that you will see in what's it called, when you see those commercials, you know, bugged out, niggas is bugged out and shit, and they just, you know what I'm saying, like that. That's how these niggas were. While I was excited, I was energized. I was like, yo, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I could do this, I could do that, I could do this, da, 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 da. And these niggas were like, well, if you could feel like you could do that, then do it. And I was just doing it. I mean, everything that I wanted to do, I was like, yo, I feel like I could run for miles, nigga. And I'll run and come back. Yo, I feel like I could just break dance like crazy, you know what I'm saying? And just started break dance, doing some crazy shit. Yo, I feel like I could spit, da, 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 da. And they was just like, what? And niggas was so amazed. This nigga, one of my niggas was so amazed. He was like, what? And he's like, yo, I feel like that too. He started feeling that energy. He's like, yo, I feel that energy too, like that. You know what I'm saying? And this nigga goes ahead. He looks at his fist. He's like, yeah, I feel like that too. I could go right through this this pole. And he goes with his he goes and punches it. And he's like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? He banged his hand, you know what I'm saying, thinking that he could go through it. But guess what? It got you thinking. It got you thinking out of the norm. That's first key. First key. Alright? Everybody knows that when you astral planning, lucid dreaming, all this and that, you have to believe in this shit. If you're dreaming right now, if you take dreams lightly and you look at dreams like that shit ain't even nothing, that ain't deep, then you're not in that path of that spirituality shit. If you're looking at spirits and shit like that as like a hoax and all this and that, then you're not at that level. You're not born to be a spiritual being like that. Like, you're a spiritual being, but you're not born to exceed with that shit. You know what I'm saying? You're just born just to live, just to be. You're just a robot. You know what I'm saying? AKA part of this hologram. You know what I'm saying? So you're just another. You know what I'm saying? You're just another look. You're just another. You know what I'm saying? Being just passing by, that doesn't really have a real purpose like that. You're just, you know what I'm saying, like another car. You know what I'm saying? Just adding on to the pollution. But so the trees got you thinking. That's the key. Now, when I was freestyling, I was always thinking like, yo, are these niggas playing me? My own niggas or whatever. But I'm thinking like, because, you know, before statistically, those people that burn trees, you look at them as some funny ass niggas, because they start stumbling, start doing this and that, you know, all goofy shit, you know what I'm saying? And that's how people are in brainwash to think that trees does that to you. See, before I started burning trees and doing all that, I got into a little bit of investigation. I asked people, most importantly. You know, I asked people, and I looked up, you know what I'm saying? Like, I did, like, you know, from acknowledgments that I had of it, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I started realizing that, okay, I'm spitting when my niggas were freestyling, and I'm looking, and in my head, I'm thinking, I'm analyzing, because I always analyze. Trees just makes you analyze even more so. It's just, it just doesn't make no sense how people don't consciously shit. So, you know, I'm over here spitting, da da da, and I'm thinking, yo, are these niggas making fun of me? Are these niggas just you know what I'm saying? Are these niggas just saying things? You know what I'm saying? Like, they just trying to they just boosting me on to keep going, just to make fun of me? Like, are they laughing at me? Are they really liking my shit? Am I just seeing this? Am I high? Am I drugged up? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Because you're believed to think that you're brainwashed to think that weed is a drug. You're brainwashed to think that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Concept. And then, you know, I'm like, you know, I'm spitting and I always felt like I always seen them, you know, liking it, and I'm thinking that it's just me, just, you know, I'm just thinking in my head, like, for instance, right now, like, I could be saying to myself, yo, am I really sounding the way I'm sounding? Is everything sounding clear, like how I'm seeing it in my head, how I'm hearing it, how I'm picking it up? Is it sounding just as clear? And, you know, when somebody else is observing that, and they're at that same page as you, then it's showing you that, you know what I'm saying, that it has nothing to do with you. Because if I could tap into a world where where I'm cracking codes and shit like that, and I bring you into it, and now you're in that same vision, you're in that same vibe, then I just open up a portal of beauty, of magic. You know what I'm saying? Something good. Not some bullshit like we're just watching TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we're just stuck there. And that's another thing. You know what I'm saying? When I was burning trees, you know, I was young. You know what I'm saying? I was probably like 14, 13. And I was watching TV then. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't watching TV heavy like that. I don't like TV. I don't like video games. I never play no video game. Like, that type of shit to me was just like whack. I'm like, yo, why would I be stuck here playing a video game when I can really do something, when I can go out here and do something? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, with the TV, when I used to watch TV and I'm burning, man, I used to crack the codes, man, on everything. Like, for instance, the Family Guy and all that shit, like The Simpsons and shit like that. I used to be watching that, and, you know, it's supposed to be a funny cartoon. You know what I'm saying? And I used to just listen to what they saying, the key words, and rip it out. You know what I'm saying? Just like the news. I'll go watch the news and taking shit out. Because, you know, when you burning trees, it's like you're in the Matrix and you see a lot of words coming to you, a lot of frequencies. It's just like when you meditate.